Okay, so Lori comes over and he just takes the mic away. So I was so excited to want to do this because I believe that what Jason said, that this is about leadership. It is about leadership, and I never believed in any associations when I was involved in other things. I wasn't thinking about it, but many of you know who have been here after 9/11. Okay, we started something called the Convention Exhibit Meeting Coalition, and we put together a team of 400 people who worked tirelessly almost for 6 months after 9/11 to help bring the city back. How many people here were involved in that? I mean, there's a lot of people here that were involved in it. It was called CB. And it made me realize the importance of leadership and the importance of getting involved in your community. And it was probably one of the most rewarding things that I have ever done. And it taught me that if you give, you're going to get back. And it's that rule of nature that really works. And so we're here today to talk about leadership and getting people involved. Whether you're involved or your company is involved or the people in your company involved, encouraging them to get to be part of the community, to peek over the fence to see what other people are doing is more important than you can ever imagine. So we're going to start with the elevator pitch. If I had a little cheat sheet when I got involved in this industry to figure out what the initials meant to everything, it would be a lot easier. Because I felt embarrassed to ask, I don't know what site is or PCMA. Everybody talks in jargon, and we really don't understand any of it, right? Until you sort of get it translated. So we're going to go down the line. We're going to start with Tom, and he's going to talk about MPI in the elevator pitch for 30 seconds. All right.
Hi everybody, I'm Darren from the International Special Events Society. No acronyms. Yes. So,
Dale Carnegie training for this.
What is this thing, a microphone? So,
Oh God.
50 chapters, 5,000 members, 7 continents. The International Special Events Society is an organization that helps foster the education and helps grow our level of professionalism amongst ourselves, our colleagues, and everyone in the industry. Whether you're a vendor or a planner, the International Special Events Society covers it all. And there's an incredible educational component that's a part of our organization, and there's an accreditation that's known throughout the world, the CSEP, and together with the educational component and the support that we offer from a networking component, but also just from a support as colleagues to one another. That's what our foundation's been built on. So,
thanks. Thank you. I want to ask everyone, how many people are members of any of these organizations? Let me go the other way. How many people are not members of any of these organizations? Okay. And so your job is to convince them to join your organization. And actually, you're not talking to them, but this is social media world. You're really talking to them and their 17 friends and their 17 friends and their 17 friends. So this is the pitch to do that. And so I want to start first with go around the horn on what are the benefits of being a member. What's a personal benefit of being a member? Oh yeah, we need the microphone. Okay, next. Darren.
Well, I'm going to say this. I think that those people that go to an organization just solely for the idea of networking are probably a little lost.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that if that's your only goal, then you need to think again. Because our organization, it's about more than that, because it's about educating yourself so you can further your career. The cool thing about the International Special Events Society, they developed this core curriculum, and it really is, so as an entertainer, I can come to a meeting and I can educate others about what I know as an expert in my field, but at the same time, I'm going to learn from a caterer, I'm going to learn from a planner, I'm going to learn from all the other event professionals, a photographer, I'm going to learn about them, so I can not just better myself in what I'm doing for my career, but it's going to help the whole industry be better. And if that's not what the goal of an organization should be, about us all being better professionals, I don't know what is. So, but there's also another thing to remember. I mean, shit in, shit out. If you don't put in what you want, we can't say that?
This is like HBO.
Honestly, and I will say this personally, I mean, about 15, 16 years ago, I used to go to Special Events Society meetings, and I used to pitch and moan that it's all about Jackie, it's all about Jackie. And I'm like, I'm not going to another freaking meeting if I have to hear about Michael Sabelli and Chad. I'm like, I'm not going. And then someone said to me, I'm not even kidding, someone said to me, I bitched and I said to the president of the organization back then, it's probably 15, 16 years ago, I probably never told you this. And I said, why? Well, I'm like, it's the same thing. It's just like, no. He goes, do something about it.
Yeah, exactly.
So what are you doing about it?
And here I am, president, bitches.
That is a standing comment. Because we are, if you add ideas and action and leadership, we are only. And it gave Jackie some time off. Had the privilege of working at the State Department for the last 6 years, and one of the jobs was to raise $21 million for the 8th floor of the State Department as a museum. And so what can we do? We can do anything we want. So we decided to have Charlie Rose interview Hillary Clinton and Henry Kissinger together. And the one thing I learned about our business from that discussion was when Henry Kissinger said to Hillary, you know, Hillary, I can't do a Henry Kissinger accent, that you're drinking from a fire hose every day. All you are doing is spending your intellectual capital. You cannot make decisions. You have to take time to build your intellectual capital. And that he says he takes time off all the time to go to conferences, to go to meetings, to study and learn. And what these associations do are a way to build your intellectual capital. And I learned that, I thought, that's the reason we do conferences. And it was really an eye-opening thing for me. So, so that's my advice to why you should also get involved. We have heard about networking. We heard about taking a leadership role. We talk about building your intellectual capital in your niche, which is pretty fantastic. Now I want to go and sort of touch a little bit on the economic aspects of this. Like, what does it cost to join, and why is it worth it, and how do you pitch your boss to get to be a member? I mean, why spend the money to do it? What crosses the Rubicon to get you there? And talk a little bit about why it was worth it and how you actually got your company, your organization to pay for it. Because most of these are paid for by companies, yes or no? Most of the companies are paying for us. So how do you convince well, if you're an individual entrepreneur, your company's paying for it, but you've got to make the decision whether it's worth it or not. So you're voting with your dollars in this. So this is kind of a little bit of the tough question. Tom, you want to give it a shot?
Okay.
But Darren has, I'm sure, interesting.
Well, your question was specifically about the value and how much. Yes.
And
Okay.
benefits.
So we can talk about what our organizations cost. I think ours is what, $450
Yeah, just the ballpark,
something like that. I mean, so we could say simply enough, if you take advantage of what we leverage our full membership to provide for the individuals, you can make up that cost simply alone. We have an affinity program that's part of the Special Events Society. Staples, Alamo Rent-A-Car, FedEx, I can go on with these big. If you literally just leverage what those discounts provide for us as members, you're going to make up that $450 in a heartbeat. I mean, I've done it with FedEx alone myself. Last year, my company, I saved more than $400 with FedEx alone. So that's just like on the side note, okay? So that's what the power of a full organization does for its membership. But I want to say something else about why we charge to be a part of it. And I'm going to give you a little example. I buy a shitty pair of sunglasses on the street for $5, and I leave it in the cab. Oh shit, I lost those sunglasses. I spent $150 on a nice pair of sunglasses. I am not leaving those damn sunglasses in the car, okay? What I'm saying is that if you are a part of an organization that you're proud of and that you pay in and you put your effort into and you're paid to be a part of it, you value it more. So not only does the organization value you more, you value your organization more. And that leads to a better organization as a whole. Thank you.
Great, thanks.
Organization.
Learning is we're going much more global, and everybody around the world is doing exactly the same thing that we're doing. And so that's really interesting. So, okay, so but then we have all these events that you do together, right? How do you guys work together? I go to Christmas parties and it's everybody together, so why not just have one big organization? What's your answer to that? Tom, it's a little hot seat, Mr. Vice President of the class of what?
High school or college?
Oh my God. College. What college?
03.
03. And then what, were you the vice president in college too?
No, I was president of my fraternity.
President of your fraternity. Now we're really getting this on. Okay, so tell us a little bit about what everybody's doing together. Let's talk about collaboration, because we are all in one industry, and we're all have the same goals. And to me, the goal is to get people to collaborate, to have conversations, and change the world.
Well, I think that it's more important for students, and we do have a great, student incentive program. It's relatively inexpensive to. It's a $50. All right. But I think more importantly, rather than have them just attend the events, cheers, by the way. We have them play a role in the planning of these events. So we all have monthly events. So to have a student come and just observe is not what it's about. It's have a student come, engage with the members, but engage with the actual planning of that event so they can experience what they're going to school for, what they're going to enter their profession for. So if they're involved with just the planning of the social media, which we all look for the young ones going, what's the hashtag? But for them to literally, I mean, you're not going to just work the door at an event, but literally get involved with the caterer and how they're putting the food together, get involved with the planning, the entertainment, all the other things that are the key elements of the party. We encourage our student memberships to take a role in.
We love to have.
So maybe there's some interesting thing about our discussion at the table and here about using YEP to be a feeder organization for your mentoring programs, which would be a great connection. And we see that, I think that we appreciate that YEP is hosting this, which shows tremendous initiative on their part to even think about this idea. So I congratulate them for that. And I want to open up for anyone have questions out there.